Good afternoon to you all. Is my voice audible to you? Okay, fine. Okay, so yesterday I gave you some homework. One thing more, today homework has been uploaded in the Learnity website. Okay, so that homework, I think it has 10 questions. Okay, so 5 questions you do today and 5 questions you upload tomorrow. Okay, fine. Okay, so I have given you 10 NCRT book bag problem I have given to you. Okay, so you need to upload 5% today and 5% tomorrow. Okay, you can upload all tomorrow, no problem in that. Okay, fine. Okay, and then tomorrow we'll discuss NCRT problems. Okay, what all doubt you are having, you can message me. Okay, you tell me beforehand that which question you have doubt in NCRT. I'll explain you tomorrow. Okay, fine. So because I don't have NCRT book, I have in online, so I have to see the questions. Okay, I hope you got this. So tomorrow we'll discuss full NCRT of chapter number 2, that is this kinematics 1D. Okay, and I I think you all have having that seekers material or not. You are having seekers material. Okay, so someone has some. Okay, so wait, let me see if I can see it today. It will be fine. Okay, okay. So I'll ask sir to upload in Learnity. Okay, that PDF format. Fine. So see, you have to tell me the question beforehand. Okay, if you want to discuss any question, I don't have the questions. Okay, you have to send me the snapshot or the picture of that photo of test question paper NCRT which you have doubt. I'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, fine. Is that fine or not? Okay, okay. What all doubt you are having, like from seekers material, NCRT, and the test paper, you can message me. I will see the doubt. I will see the question paper. Then I will discuss tomorrow. Okay, fine. Okay. So let us start the class now. Okay. So yesterday I gave you some problems on relative velocity. Let us discuss one by one. Okay. So question number one. The two trains, each having 50-meter long, is traveling opposite direction with a speed of 10 meter per second and 15 meter per second. You have to find the time of the crossing. Okay. Now, one train is there, okay, and another train. Both are having the same length. That is how much? 50-meter long. So both length is 50 meters. Okay, fine. Okay, so they both are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, they are more both are moving in the opposite direction. So if they are moving in the opposite direction, then one is moving, say, we can say this has 15 meter per second and this has 10 meter per second. Okay, so what is the relative velocity between A and B? So relative velocity, you can assume this as A, this as B. So velocity of A with respect to B will be equal to how much? 15 minus or minus 10 means 25 meter per second. Okay, so relative velocity of A and B is A with respect to B is how much? 25 meter per second. And how? What is the relative position or relative displacement of both the trains? Relative displacement, that is SAB, will be equal to how much? 100 meters. So time will be equal to SAB equal to VAB into 25 uh, into T. Okay, so we get how much? 100 by 25 equal to time. So time will be equal to 4 seconds. Okay, so answer would be 4 seconds in this case. Okay, now question number 2. A 200-meter long train is moving on the north. Okay, so I hope you got the first answer. That is 4 seconds. Okay, fine. So next question. 200 210-meter long train 210-meter long train is moving due north at a speed of 25 meter per second. So first of all, I think you know about directions here. This is north, this is east, west, and south. Okay, fine. So so a 210-meter long train is moving in the north with a speed of 25 meter per second. So you can draw a train here. Okay, a train is moving in the north direction with a speed of 25 meter per second. Okay, a small bird is flying due to south a little above the train with a speed of 5 meter per second. Okay, a bird is flying. A bird is flying in the south direction with a speed of 5 meter per second. Okay, find the time taken to cross the train. Okay, I think again both bird and this the distance is how much? The train is 210-meter long. Okay, train is 210-meter long. If I take upward as positive, fine. So what is the velocity of train with respect to bird? That is velocity of train with respect to ground minus velocity of bird with respect to ground. I have taken north as positive, south as negative. So it should be what? 25 minus of minus 5, which means 30 meter per second is the velocity of train with respect to bird. Now the time taken will be equal to how much? The distance traveled by the bird, that is 210 by 30 means 7 seconds. Okay, so answer would be 7 seconds. Okay, fine. So that is the second answer. That is 7 seconds. Okay. Now next, an express train is moving with the speed of velocity v1. With the speed velocity v1, its driver finds another train moving on the same track with the speed of. See, bird has see. Just think on this point. The bird would have started from this point. Okay. Now it is moving in the south direction, 5 meter per second. Train is moving upward. So how much this bird has traveled to cross the train? That is 210 meters. Okay, so we have used the formula as SAB, STB, STB equal to VTB into T. So how much displacement, what is the displacement of train with respect to bird? That is 210 by 30, means time will be 7 seconds. Okay, fine. Okay, why it is minus 210? Tell me. It is not minus. Train with respect to bird. Displacement of train with respect to bird is positive. With respect to bird, the train is moving on the north direction. So north is positive. Okay, fine. Did you understand, Harish? The train is the displacement of train with respect to bird. So bird is, if you take the bird as observer, then what is the displacement of train? That is north side, 210 meter. Okay, so it should be plus 210 meter. What I am finding and what you are telling me, it is not bird with respect to train. I am finding the train with respect to bird. Just see, velocity of train with respect to bird I have written. Okay, just see, the velocity of train with respect to bird, not bird with respect to train. Okay, if it is bird with respect to train, then velocity would be minus 30. Displacement would have been minus 210. So time would have been 7 seconds only. Answer would come as 7 seconds only. Okay, whether you take bird with respect to train or train with respect to bird, both are correct. Okay, fine. Question number 3. Question number 3. An express train is moving with the velocity of v1, finds another train is moving on the same track in the same direction with the velocity v2. Okay, so first of all you need to draw the figure. So this is the train 1. Okay, it is moving with the speed of v1 meter per second. Okay, on the same track we have another train which is moving with the velocity v2 on the same track in the same direction. To escape the collision, the driver applies the retardation on a train. Find the minimum time of escaping collision. Means what is the minimum time so that it can escape the collision. So I think in this question some data is missing. That this the initial displacement or initial distance between a train and this should be given in the problem. D should be given and acceleration should be a or minus a because it is retardation. Fine. Yes, these would be given to us, the initial displacement. Okay, fine. Now what we can do? This is train A and train B. Can I find the velocity of A with respect, initial velocity of A with respect to B? That would be equal to how much? No, no. Initial velocity of B with respect to A. That would be fine. B with respect to A. That would be V2 minus V1. Okay. So initial velocity. This is initial velocity. Okay. Now what should be the final velocity of B with respect to A? That should be 0 because the body has to stop now. If the body has to stop, then only the final velocity should be 0. Okay. What is the initial position of A with respect to B? That is positive D. Okay, that is positive D. Now they are in the same track only. Okay. Now can we apply equation of motion here? That SAB must be equal to V square sorry, B with respect to A should be plus D. Okay. So we can apply equation of motion that SBA must be equal to VBA whole square minus UBA whole square by 2 into minus A. Minus A because it is retardation. Okay, fine. So first of all, we have to find this also. The acceleration of B with respect to A, that would be equal to how much? That would be equal to how much? That is minus A. So we get what? 0 minus V2 minus V1 by 2 into A. Okay, minus 2a. Okay, so it should be what? V2 minus V1 by 2a is the initial separation between them. And how much time we need to find? Basically, we need to find the time now. Okay, so I don't think we need this also. See, simply we can find the time, that is 0 must be equal to V2 minus V1 minus a into t. So time would be equal to V2 minus V1 by a is the answer. Okay, we don't need to find this SBA also. Okay, V2 minus V1 by 2 is the answer. Y whole square, V equal to U plus AT we can use now. Final velocity equal to U, final velocity B with respect to A must be equal to UBA plus ABA into T we can use now to get the minimum time. Okay, fine, S is not required in this problem itself. Okay, fine, that is the answer. Next, question number 4. A stone is dropped from a building and 2 seconds later another stone is dropped. Both are dropped from the rest. How how far apart are the stones by the time the first stone has reached the speed of 30 meter per second? Okay, so a stone is dropped from certain height. Okay, so the first stone is dropped. Okay, first stone is dropped. Okay, let us suppose a at t equal to 0 we have dropped the first stone. Okay, then after 2 seconds we have dropped another stone, both from the rest. Okay, both from the rest. So after 2 seconds we have dropped another stone. We can take this as B stone. Okay, after t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so when we have dropped the stone B, then A would have traveled some distance. It would have it would have it would have some velocity also. Okay, so we can write here as just so after 2 seconds the velocity of A is how much? Velocity of A is 30 meter per second. So after 2 seconds velocity is 30 meter per second. Okay, when we have dropped the stone B at t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, at t equal to 2 seconds we have dropped the stone B with the initial velocity 0. Okay, this is stone number A. Okay, so what we have to find? We have to find the how far apart are the stones by the time first stone reaches the 30 meter per second. Okay, fine. So just tell me one thing. What will be the velocity of A stone? Velocity of first stone after 1 second, after 2 seconds. What is the velocity? That is V equal to U minus GT. Okay, or we can say minus V because the velocity is downward. Minus V equal to U minus GT. Okay, fine. So it should be what? V equal to 0 minus 10 into 2 means minus 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. So velocity is final velocity is velocity of the first stone after 2 seconds is how much? 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. This is the initial velocity of A stone. What is the initial velocity of B stone? That would be equal to 0 because after 2 seconds we are dropping the stone B. Stone A, stone A after 2 seconds has a velocity of how much? Minus 20 meter per second. Okay, Fine. See, velocity is negative direction, na, minus 20 meter per second. That is why. Okay. Direction of the velocity is minus 20 meter per second downward. Okay. Fine. So the initial velocity of A is how much? Minus 20. So after 2 seconds, the velocity of A is 20 meter per second downward. Velocity of B is 0 meter per second. Okay. Can we find the velocity of A with respect to B? Can we find the velocity of A with respect to B? Okay. That would be equal to how much? Minus 20 minus 0 means how much? Minus 20 meter per second. What is the relative acceleration of A with respect to B? That would be 0 meter per second square. Why? Because both the stones are moving with the same acceleration. That is what? Ga minus Gb, because both have the same acceleration. So it should be 0 meter per second square. Okay. So we need to find what we need to find. We need to find the time when its final velocity, when the first stone has reached 30 meter per second. So when the first stone reached 30 meter per second, in that time, what was the velocity of the B stone? Can we find that? When the velocity of A stone is 30 meter per second. Okay. So velocity equation of motion for stone A. For stone A, that would be equal to how much? That is V VA. VA is how much? 30. 30 equal to 0 minus GT. G into T. So 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, we have the velocity 30 meter per second for stone A. So after 1 second, what is the velocity of B? Velocity of B will be equal to minus 10 meter per second. So can we find the velocity of A with respect to B? The final velocity of A with respect to B will be equal to minus 30 minus 10. Minus of minus 10 means minus 20 meter per second. Okay. Minus 20 meter per second. Okay. Fine. Okay. So final velocity is minus 20 meter per second. Initial is how much? Minus 20 meter per second. Okay. Fine. So what we have to find? We have to find the time. Okay. So time can be found by if we know the initial displacement between them. Okay. So initial displacement is how much? Initial displacement, that is SAB. SAB is equal to how much? Minus 20 into 2 minus 40 meter. So initial separation is how much? Minus 40 meter. Okay. Initial separation is minus 40 meters. Okay. Okay. So initial separation is minus 40 meter. Okay. Fine. Is that correct or not? What we have to find? We have to find how far the two stones by the time first one reaches 30 meter per second. Initial separation is how much? Minus 40 meters. Okay. Initial separation minus 40 meters. Then okay. So displacement would be equal to UT. UT means minus 20 into 1. I think answer is 60 meter or what? It is 60 meter or what? Or 40 meter? 40 meter is the initial position. Okay. Initial separation between A and B. Okay. Wait, I'll solve this problem. Okay. Initial separation is 40 meter. Okay. Then initial separation 40 meter. So what we have to find? Okay, let us do by conventional method. Okay, don't let us do by conventional method. Okay, then we'll see that whether answer is correct or not. Okay, by conventional method we have to we shall do. Okay, just wait. I give you the answer. Wait. Okay, conventional method we'll do. Then we'll see about that part. Okay, fine. We can do by relative velocity also. Just do by conventional method. That we have dropped the stone. The stone first stone after 2 seconds. Okay, first a stone is dropped from a building. 2 seconds later another stone is dropped. Okay, so how much distance this A stone has traveled? Distance A has traveled will be ut minus half gt square. Okay, so half into 10 into 2 square, which means minus 20 meter. Okay, so when you are dropping the stone 2, okay, when you drop in the stone 2, the initial separation is how much? 20 meters. Okay, fine. What is the velocity of A? Velocity of A will be equal to minus g into minus 10 into 2, means 20 meter per second is the velocity of A, minus 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. You have to find how far how far apart the two stones by the time first one reaches the 30 meter per second. Okay, so when the first reaches 30 meter per second, which means 30 equal to 0 minus 30 g into t, so 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, okay, so after 3 seconds, how much B has traveled? How much after 3 seconds, what is the distance of A? That would be minus half into 10 into 3 square, which is 9 5 are 45, 9 5 45 meter, and distance traveled by B will be equal to minus half into 10 into 1, which is 5. So answer should be 40 meter. Yes. So separation between A and B will be 40 meters. Okay. Answer would be 40 meters only. Okay. So separation between A and B is minus B will be equal to minus 45 minus plus 5 means 40 meter, minus 40 meter. Okay. So answer is 40 meters only. Fine. Okay. Can we do a relative velocity method? What mistake we are doing in relative velocity? Okay. Okay. We'll do by relative velocity. Just wait. Okay. I think by normal method we got the answer is 40 meters. Okay. Fine. From relative velocity. From relative velocity. Stone A velocity means after 3 seconds velocity becomes how much? 30 meter per second. 30 meter per second. At that time, the B must have a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay. Fine. So this is A, this is B. So initial velocity A with respect to B will be equal to how much? A with respect to B will be equal to how much? Minus 30 plus 10 means minus 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. Okay, that is UAB. UAB is minus 20 meter per second. Then separation between them is D. Now separation between them is D. Okay, and time taken will be how much? 2 seconds. Okay, so I think it will come as 40 meters only, minus 40 meters. No, no, minus denotes that whatever origin we have taken, it is on a negative side. Okay, it is on the negative side. That is what it means. Okay, so don't confuse with minus there. Minus means it is moving on the negative side. Okay, fine. Okay, next problem. The last one. The last one is a 130-meter long train is moving up direction with the speed of 72 km per hour. Another train of 120-meter long moving in down direction with the speed of 108 km per hour. If the second train crosses the find the time when second train crosses the first train. Okay, so up direction means like this, down means like this. Okay, fine, up and down. Okay, fine. So when the train is moving up direction, the speed is 72 km per hour, and and the length is 130 meters. Okay, so length is how much? 130 meters. This velocity is 72 km per hour. This is 120 meters. Speed is 108 km per hour. Okay, we have to find the time when they will cross each other. Okay, so simply we can see that this is train A, train B. What is the velocity of B with respect to velocity of A with respect to B? That is equal to 72 minus of minus 108, because up is taken as positive, down taken as negative. So it should come as 200. No, it should come as 180 kilometer per hour. Okay, and what is the displacement of A with respect to B? That would be equal to 130 minus of minus 120 means 150 meter. Okay, 150 meter is the displacement here. Fine. So we can use equation of motion there, that SAB must be equal to VAB into time t. Okay. So 150 means 0.15 kilometers equal to 180 into t. Okay. So 0.15 by 180 hours. But we have to find in seconds. Okay. Okay. So we have to find the seconds here. Okay. So it should be what? Multiply with in minute we can find, multiply with 60. So it should be what? 0. In seconds we can find. Okay. So 0.15 into 3600 by 180 is equal to how much time t? Okay. Fine. Yes. So I think answer would be how much? Tell me. I think it will come as somewhat around 20. 20 into 5. 20 into 5 will be how much? 3 seconds, I think. Correct now? Answer is 3 seconds. Yes. Time is equal to 3 seconds. Okay. Fine. Three seconds is the answer, I think. Okay. See, in previous problem, you can do by conventional method. Okay. We can do by, okay, sorry. It should be 250, not 150. This would be 250. Okay. This would be 250. So this would be 250, 250, 250. So it should be, I think, 5 seconds is the answer. Okay. 5 seconds is the answer. Okay. Now, see, in the previous problem, we can do by conventional method. Okay. That what we have done. That, see, SA means after 2 seconds, what is the displacement of a stone? That is equal to what? 20 meter. That is ut minus half gt square. So after 2 seconds, the displacement of the stone is 20 meter per second. After 2 seconds, the stone B has been dropped with the speed of 0 meter per second. Okay, fine, fine. So now we have to find the separation between B and A after A has 30 meter per second speed. Okay, so velocity of A after after how much time it has 30 seconds, it would be 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, this stone has a speed of 30 meter per second. Okay, which means what? After 2 seconds, this B has been dropped. So in that 1 second, this B has traveled some distance that is equal to minus 5 meters. At that particular time, how much A has traveled? Minus 45 meters. So the separation between them will be minus 45 plus 5 means 40 meter. Minus 40 meter. Minus y because we have taken origin, as at the top we have taken the origin. Okay, fine. How you can use that method also, you'll get the answer. Okay, answer is 40 meter. Origin we have taken this point B as origin, means top as origin. Okay, see, BA is the velocity, so minus GT, so minus 20 meter per second is coming now. Currently it is coming 20 meter per second. Okay, now next problem, can you write down for relative velocity? Then we will start vectors. Okay, fine. One more problem we need to discuss. Downward we are taken as negative, so velocity will be minus v. Okay, so write down one problem here. We have two cars, car A and car B. Okay, two car A and car B. Fine. Car A has started with initial velocity, initial separation that when between them is 100 meters. Okay, car A started with initial velocity 0 meter per second. Acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Okay, car B initial velocity is 1 meter per second, sorry, 10 meter per second, and acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Find the time, find the time when A will catch B. Okay, find the time when A will catch B. Okay, fine. You can use conventional method also, you can use relative velocity method also, but relative velocity method will be easier for you to solve in this problem. Okay, fine. You can take either both of them. Okay, can you get the answer for this? Okay, now what in this problem, which point we can take reference point? Which point we can take origin? For relative displacement, we need to have the reference point. So can I take A as reference point? Yes, we can take A as reference point. So we are assuming this A as a reference point. Okay, fine, correct now. Okay, now what we need to do? Initial separation between them is 100 meter. Okay, which means what? Can we say that the displacement of B with respect to A is how much? 100 minus 0, which is 100 meters. Correct now? Which is 100 meters. Okay. Now what we can do? Can we find the velocity of B with respect to A? Initial velocity of B with respect to A. That is equal to how much? Direction, huh? I did not mention direction. Direction should be in this direction, same direction like this. Okay. So what is the initial velocity of B with respect to A? Initial velocity of B with respect to A is initial velocity of B minus initial velocity of A with respect to ground. Okay. That is how much? 10 minus 0 means 10 meter per second. Okay. 10 meter per second is the initial velocity of B with respect to A. What is the acceleration of B with respect to A? That is how much? That is 1 means acceleration of B with respect to ground minus acceleration of A with respect to ground, which is 1 minus 2 means minus 1 meter per second square. Okay, minus 1 meter per second square. Okay, fine. I have taken A as means observer is where? Observer is at point A. Okay, observer is here. Just tell me now. Now just think on this point. Just tell me one thing. Okay, fine. Just think on this point. You are the observer. Okay, when can you catch B? When can you catch B? If I cover this initial separation between them, that is 100 meter, then only I can catch B now. So if I can cover this 100-meter distance, I can catch B. Okay, that is what relative velocity, relative displacement of B with respect to A I have written. Means for the observer A, how much displacement it has to do to catch B? That is 100 meter. What is the velocity of B with respect to A? That is 10 meter per second. What is the acceleration of B with respect to A? Minus 1 meter per second square. Okay, fine. Is that correct or not? Just think. Is this correct? Okay, fine. So, can we apply equation of motion in relative term? Okay, so if I apply equation of motion in relative term, which means displacement of B with respect to A must be equal to initial velocity of B with respect to A into time t plus half into acceleration of A with respect B with respect to A into t square. Is that correct or not? Yes. So what is the initial separation? That is 100. Initial velocity of B with respect to A is how much? 10. 10 into t minus half into A is how much? Minus 1. So minus 1 we have already put here, plus minus 1 into t square. Okay, so we will get something around 100 equal to 10t minus 0.5 or half t square. Take the LCM here. If you take LCM, you will get 200 equal to 20t minus t square. If you rearrange this equation, we are getting t square minus 20t plus 200 equal to 0. So you can solve this equation. What answer we are getting? What answer we are getting? 20 seconds. Okay. Just solve this equation. T square minus 20t plus 200. Okay. So whatever answer you're getting, you can solve now. 20 seconds you are getting. Okay. So whatever answer we're getting, so I think you all are getting 20 seconds. Irrational number. Okay. What answer we get? It is it is irrational number. Okay. So whatever answer you're getting this equation, we can solve this equation and get the answer. Okay. Fine. I hope you understood this. Yes or no? Okay. Fine. So whatever answer you're getting, you can get the answer that you need to solve. Okay. So I think you understand how we can see relative velocity concept would be easier for us if 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 we have two bodies moving simultaneously. Means A is moving, B is moving, if both are moving, then we have then relative velocity concept makes our problem easier. Okay, you can think that it is making our problem easier only. Fine. How can we do normal matter? Just think, how can we do normal matter? Tell me. See, when can you catch A with B? When the displacement of B and displacement of A are same? When the displacement of B and displacement of A are same? See, normal matter, if you think of this point, see, when can you catch A with B? When the displacement of A is equal to displacement of B plus 100 meter. Sorry, displacement of A must be equal to displacement of B plus 100 meter. Correct na? Okay, this is correct or not? SA must be equal to SB plus 100. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So see, displacement of A in some time t must be equal to displacement of B plus 100 meter. Okay, what is displacement of A? That is initial velocity of A into time t plus half into acceleration of A into time t whole square must be equal to initial velocity of B into time t plus half into acceleration of B into time t square plus 100 meters. Okay, displacement of displacement of A should be equal to displacement of B in the same time plus 100 meter. Na? A must cover 100 meter plus displacement of B. Then only it can catch B na. Correct na. So can we find the time here? Time will be equal to how much? 0 plus half into 2 half into 2 into t square must be equal to 10 10 into t plus half into 1 into t square plus 100. Okay, so this will come as t square equal to 10t plus t square by 2 plus 100. Okay, so it should be t square by 2 equal to 10t plus 100. Take the LCM. T square equal to 20t plus 200. Okay, fine. That is the equation we are getting. Okay, t equal to 20 seconds. Okay, Okay, one mistake I have done here in this equation. Displacement of B with respect to A. B with respect to A. B with respect to A. It should be minus 100, not plus 100. This should be minus 100. Minus. This will come as minus. So this will come as 2 minus 200. This is the correct equation. T square minus 20T minus 200. Okay. It is displacement of B with respect to A. So how much B is this getting displaced? That is minus 100 meter. Okay. That is the correct answer. Now you can see both equations are correct. Okay, so it will be minus 200 because displacement of B with respect to A. So how much B is getting displaced with respect to A is minus 100 meters. So this would come as minus 100, not plus 100. Okay, fine. So now this is the equation. That is t square minus 220t minus 200. Okay, fine. Now you can get the answer for this problem. Okay, 27 seconds. Okay, 28 seconds. Okay, so time will come as 28 seconds. So we have done in both the methods. Okay, the conventional method and the relative velocity method. This is the conventional method. Conventional. This is the relative velocity method. Okay. See, simple. It is SA equal to SB plus 100. See, in some time t, this B would have traveled some distance. Say SB distance it has traveled. How much A should travel? How much A should travel to catch B? It should travel 100 meter plus the distance SB which it has traveled, which B has traveled. Then only A can catch B now. That is what equation I have used there. Okay, fine. How it is negative? See, I did that mistake. It should be minus 100. The reason is that the displacement of B with respect to A. With respect to A, how much B is getting displaced? The B is getting displaced by negative 200 meter. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the two methods which we can do to get the answer. Okay. See, if you are getting confused in relative velocity, you do by conventional method, no problem. Okay, in that there is no problem. See, this is the conventional method I have done. Okay, so there is no problem in doing this conventional method. Fine. Okay, so you do with this method, no problem. Answer will come by the whether you do in this that method, relative velocity or conventional method. If you are getting confused in relative velocity, don't do with that. Just do by conventional method. Okay, fine. So I think your chapter is over. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Minus 200, where I have written minus 200? It is plus t square plus 20t plus 200. Just look at this equation, okay? And best method is to cope up with me is to have you have a copy and pen with yourself, okay? Whatever I am doing, you have to do then and there itself. Just by looking at my PPT, you won't understand, okay? You need to you need to write it down. What I am doing, you have to do it at the same time, or you have to do before me only to get the answer, okay? Fine. So now kinematics 1D is completely over. Okay. So I have given you NCRT back questions. So tomorrow we'll discuss all the questions of the of NCRT. So all the questions means you have to tell me which question you have doubt. That I will explain to you. Okay. I cannot explain you every question. You have to tell me which question you have a doubt. Okay. Fine. Seekers materials. So seekers materials we will also do because most of them are not having seekers materials. So uh, you have to first get the seekers material, then we can solve that. Okay, fine. So now tomorrow we'll discuss NCRT only. Okay, whatever doubt you are having NCRT plus whatever doubt you are having in the test exam, the weekly test, you tell me. To message me, I will see the questions and I will discuss tomorrow. Fine. It is fine or not? If you don't have any, if you don't have my number, you add my you take my number and just message me the doubt. Okay, fine. Okay, I will see the doubt and tomorrow I'll discuss NCRT plus whatever doubt you are having. You will message me. Okay. So now next chapter is vectors. Okay. Now basically test portion is kinematics 1D completely. There will be no portion of vector. There will be no question of vector. Okay. Fine. There is no question of vectors there. Homework I have given to you that NCRT today and tomorrow you have to submit. Okay. Fine. Okay. So next chapter is vectors. Okay. Now basically I think I told you some idea of vectors. Okay. Like displacement is the vector. Yes or no? Displacement is the vectors. Why displacement is a vector? Because it has magnitude as well as direction. Both. It has both magnitude and direction. So basically there are two types of quantities. There are two types of quantities. First quantities are scalar quantities. First quantities are scalar quantities. So what are scalar quantities? These are those quantities which can be defined those quantities which can be defined by the magnitude only. Magnitude only. These are known as scalar quantities. Okay, fine. So scalar quantities are those quantities which are defined by magnitude only. Example you can take. Example can be mass, speed. Okay, these are scalar quantities which are defined only by magnitude only. Okay. See, wait, don't message me again. I'm just telling you again. Okay. Last time I'm announcing you all. Don't message me again about the syllabus of weekly test. Weekly test kinematics 1D fully will come. Relative velocity, graphs, everything will come in kinematics 1D only. There will be no questions of vector. Fine. Okay. I hope it is clear to you all. Please don't message me again and again. Okay. I have announced this at least 5 times in the class. And still you are not able to understand, then that is your problem. That is not my problem. Okay. Next, vector quantities. Vector quantities. These are those quantities which has magnitude and direction both. Which has magnitude and direction both. So these are known as vector quantities. Example you can take like velocity. Velocity has both magnitude. Like when we have to define velocity, we have to write like this: 5 meter per second. Example I'm giving to you: 5 meter per second in north direction. So 5 meter per second is the magnitude here. This is the magnitude. Okay, this is the magnitude. And this is the direction. Okay, this is the direction. So the vector quantities are defined by both magnitude as well as direction. Next example you can take as displacement. Okay, displacement is displacement like 5 meter in right direction or east. It means what? 5 meter is the magnitude and this is the direction. So if a quantity is defined by both its magnitude and direction, then that the quantities are known as velocity vectors. Okay, the quantity which has defined by only magnitude is scalar quantities. Example of scalar quantities are mass, speed. Example of vectors are displacement, velocity. Okay, and some example like force. Force is also a vector quantity. Okay, and one more point is there for vectors. That is, one more point is there that vector quantities are those quantities which the quantities this can be vector should obey vectors should obey law of addition. Vector law of addition, a quantity which obeys the vector law of addition, they're only known as vector quantities. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the vector quantities. Okay, one more quantity is there, tensor quantity. Okay, see, this is not there in your syllabus. For your information, I am telling you, one more quantities are there, that is known as tensor quantities. Tensor are those quantities which have magnitude and direction, but don't obey, but don't obey vector law of addition. Vector law of addition. So tensor quantities are those quantities which are, yes, which have magnitude and direction but don't obey vector law of addition. Example, the best example is current. Current are current is the vector tensor quantities. Okay. One more example is there stress. Stress is also a tensor quantities. Okay, fine. So the quantity which obey vector law of addition are known as vectors. So vectors should have direction, magnitude, as well as they obey vector law of addition. Scalar quantities only have magnitude. This tensor quantity, they have magnitude and direction, but they don't obey vector law of addition. Example is current. Okay, fine. So I will tell you what is vector law of addition. Fine. That I will tell you. Just understand this the basic definition of vectors and scalar and tensor quantities. Okay, fine. So I think time is up. So we can see the slide now. So tomorrow what you need to do? What all doubt you are having? You message me. Okay, fine. I'll discuss tomorrow NCRT questions. Okay. Type 3 quantities are tensor quantities. Okay. These are tensor quantities. Fine. So tensor quantities are those quantities which have magnitude and direction, but they don't obey the vector law of addition. Like current. They don't obey the vector law of addition. Even stress, they don't obey the vector law of addition. Okay, fine. Distance is scalar, displacement is vector. Okay. No. These are we are defining the quantities in terms of this vector and scalar and tensor. Okay. It is not like there are three types. Means we can define this scalar, vectors, and tensor quantities. Okay. Fine. Why kinematics is confusing to you? I think we have discussed all the type of problem. I have done lot of problems in kinematics. Still you are having confusion. What can I do in that case? Tell me. I have discussed at least 50 to 60 problems. Every day I'm discussing at least 5 questions from previous one. Okay, Fine. So tomorrow we have to do NCRT problems. What all problem, what doubt you are having? I will not do all the problems. I will only do the doubts. Okay. Fine. First question, what is the problem? See, in the first question, we have two trains. Okay, one is 50 meter, other is 50 meter. One is moving in 15 meter per second on the right side, other is moving on the left side. Okay, fine. What we have to find? We have to find the time taken to cross the train. Okay, so just think on this point. We can use we can have the observer at point A. Okay, so sorry, we can have the observer at point B. Okay, when the observer is point B, what is the velocity of A with respect to B? That is 25 meter per second. Okay, because 15 minus of 10 is 25 meter per second. What is the displacement of this train A with respect to B? That is 100 meters, because when the observer is at B, how much A is getting displaced? 50 plus 50, that is 100. 50 plus 50 means 100. So the time taken to cross will be equal to 4 seconds. Okay, fine. I hope you understood. Fourth question is relative velocity. Tomorrow I'll explain to you. Okay, fine. So thank you all.